What's going on in the building, everybody? It's 3:30 in the afternoon. Gonna wait around for a few to see if people jump in this room right here. Game just ended. The Atlanta Dream laid belt, 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 and more belt to ass in the second half of this 113-96 smackdown in the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. Yep, the Indiana Fever get belt to ass again. The defense is atrocious again. They can't stop a nosebleed. They are so inept on defense. It is painful. We'll get into this game in a second. Let people jump in the room. There are so many things to look at this game. And I know the first thing people will probably say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. You shoot 85% in the first quarter and you're only up by 7. You're only up by 7. You shoot 85% and you're only up by 7? Bruh. 85% and you're only up by 7. I know the stupid comments are going to come into the chat. They're coming because they love to come visit. I know I have all the trolls coming through. They love to watch. They love to watch what I have to say because they love me so very, very much. And of course, the obvious things will be said. Let's take the things that are not so obvious. Let's talk about the things that are not so obvious. Stephanie White doesn't challenge the 5th foul called on Aaliyah Boston. I mean, how do you not challenge that? Once again, you have an opportunity to challenge something that has a direct impact on the outcome of this game, and you don't challenge it. I mean, the officiating, and I'm not complaining about the officiating as far as fouls. My voice of the officiating is the complete inconsistency. The inconsistency is insane. You get a foul call on Aaliyah Boston on her tapping Naz Hillman's arm. Mind you, a possession or two earlier, Naz Hillman's hooking Aaliyah Boston's arm. They challenge it, and they say that it's marginal contact both ways, so there's no foul on Naz Hillman. You got marginal contact the other way, and Stephanie White stands there like this, and you just got 5 fouls on Aaliyah Boston. And there's your ball game. There's your ball game. I mean, if she picks up her 6th, you're going to lose regardless. You cannot have Aaliyah Boston sitting on the bench while your little ass team is getting punked and punked and punked and punked again. You have to challenge that play. You have to challenge it. Even if it goes wrong, you've got to challenge it. You cannot have your only post player sitting on the bench with 5 fouls. I mean, you can't. It's that simple. It's not a complex situation right here that we're talking about. You have to flip and challenge that. You have to. You have to. It's crazy to not challenge there. It's crazy. That was marginal. It was nothing. Like the calls that Kelsey Mitchell gets bear hugged by Ryan Howard and her arms are in the air and then they come down. It's called normal movement. But then they say, oh, no, that's not a basketball play. She just got bear hugged by Ryan Howard. Her arm is coming down. I mean, what do you want to do? Then you have another one where there was one the other direction. Did Aaliyah Boston get her nose broken? Because she didn't have a mask when that game started. But she sure as hell came back with one after she got smacked right in the damn face by I'm sorry, it was elbowed in the face by Angel Reese. Similar play. Oh no, there was not intent. Get rid of the whole rule, man. Get rid of the whole rule. The rule is garbage. You don't this whole thing anymore where you're determining people's intent. Cut it out. No intent. No call. If you're an offensive player shooting a basketball and your arm comes and hits somebody in the face, so be it. It should not be called a foul on you. I don't care either which way. Franco, the Italian, worst roster construction in the NBA, man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. I agree. But my goodness, like, just get rid of that call, because if you have referees trying to figure out what they think is intent or not, it's a joke. It's a joke. Because an elbow to the nose got landed and they called that no intent. But Kelsey Mitchell, the other way, was called for intent. There was no intent on Kelsey Mitchell either. There wasn't intent either way. So get rid of the whole intent concept. Either every time you get slapped in the face is a fucking flagrant foul, or it's not. The whole intent thing, get rid of it. Because that's a bogus ass way to officiate games. Because I don't know if she broke her nose or not. She came back in with a mask. But then every time Aaliyah Boston goes out of the game, this team gets completely smashed because they're too damn small. Monique Billings is useless out there. She's useless. She's unbelievably useless out there for this team. I mean, Angel Reese is just moving her wherever she wants. It's like, bitch, get off me. Bitch, get off me. You ain't nothing. Punking her. Garbage. Awful. Atlanta did what Atlanta needed to do, man. They beat Indiana's ass again. They beat their ass again. And this is after the Indiana Fever shot 85% in the first. Caitlin Clark comes out on fire, cooking. Played a great first half. Third quarter, another conversation. Third quarter, man. Nah. Accountability is a motherfucker. Bro, I could feel the mistakes coming. I could feel the passes that were about to get made. And they got made, and it was a turnover after a turnover after a turnover. It's not why they lost, but it didn't help. Third quarter, they get smacked 28-15. Fact of the matter is they got outshot by 13 shots. But they weren't actually, the funny thing is those turnovers weren't loose balls, so they didn't actually result in actual points off of the turnover, but they did score the other direction in half court. Those are bad turnovers, man. There was a few on those long passes. There's like, don't. It's almost like you're waiting for it at times. She had 26. Caitlin had 26 points, 11 of 18 shooting. I don't know what kind of shooting that is to people, but that seems to be pretty good shooting in my opinion. At one point, Caitlin Clark was 8 of 10. She finished shooting 61% from the floor today. Obviously not good enough for some people. 3 of 7 from 3. 42.8%. But 7 assists, 7 turnovers. It is what it is. Thank you, Mike. They need to trade Kelsey Mitchell for a real big and a 2, move Boston to the 4, and get a real coach. Problem will be solved. Appreciate it. I'm going to be real, folks. I'm not even reading comments unless it's attached to a super chat. Just so you can comment to each other. I'm doing a show. And I thank you, Mike Nunn. But third quarter, you can't turn the ball over like that. I mean, Aaliyah Boston had 4 turnovers in 22 minutes. She had 4 turnovers in 22 minutes. Fact of the matter is, Atlanta's better than them. Period. Atlanta's better than them. And I said it before. They're better than them today. They're better than them tomorrow. And they're better than them the day after, and the day after that, and the day after that. If they play to the equal ability of each team, Atlanta is going to beat this team every single time because they're better. And they're better than without their legit big Brianna Jones. They're better without their big. They're legit big. Caitlin sat for the final 3:30. I thought it was interesting that Smesco had his starters out there till under 2 minutes to go against an entire bench for Indiana. That was weird. Kelsey Mitchell had 16 points at halftime. She didn't score again. Disappeared. Disappeared. Completely disappeared. Completely disappeared. I don't know where she went. I don't know if she had a date or something, or had a meeting to go somewhere too, but she absolutely flipping disappeared in the second half. That was bad. Disappearing act. Sophie Cunningham, 13 points off the bench. She had one garbage three at the end that didn't matter. They're down 20 plus. Raven Johnson had 9 off the bench, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. Solid game by Raven Johnson. They even played Damaris Dantas, who played 7 minutes, had 3 points. Hines Allen, 9 points in 17 minutes. Ty Harris played 7, didn't score, didn't have anything, fouls. Timpson, 4 minutes, 0 points. Atlanta did whatever they wanted to do, man. And if you were watching that game in the first half, the defense was just bad once again. 59-56 at the half. Scoring pretty much whenever you want, but you could see the game shifting. If you didn't see the game shifting in the second quarter, you weren't watching it. It was shifting. You could see it because Indiana couldn't stop them. Last 4 games, KM can't hold the ball. Thanks for the super chat, Mike Nunn. I mean, Kelsey Mitchell only had one turnover, though. I mean, she didn't do anything today. So, yeah. Third quarter, 5 turnovers. Caitlin Clark, completely unacceptable. You can't live like that. Very solid first half. And then that third quarter was just too much. You can't turn the rock over. They had 12 turnovers in the second half. Then they had 10 in the third quarter, or 8 in the third quarter, something like that. And Caitlin had 5 on passes down the floor, trying to do too much. You can't keep trying to do too much. Do what is available. Stop trying to be a fucking hero. You cannot be a fucking hero all the time. You cannot be a damn hero. Atlanta, Naz Hillman. Every time she steps on the court against Indiana, she looks like flipping Brenna Stewart, man. She looks like an elite basketball player. She looks like an elite basketball player every time she steps on the floor. She scored at their first 8 points. Monique Billings is not guarding her at all. Just lock and load, lock and load, lock and load. Do whatever you want. Alicia Gray goes for 22 points, 9 of 18, 3 steals. Jordan Canada goes for 12, 32 minutes, 12 assists, no turnovers. Now, look, man, I'm not going to pretend to have noticed the 12 assists because obviously she got them, but I don't remember them. And I'm watching the game. I guess it's weird. I mean, if people remember, like, I don't remember anything. It's very basic if it's happening. It's basic. But I'm not really watching her like that. So she had 7 rebounds also and 3 steals. Ryan Howard once again goes off, 24 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds. And Angel Reese goes for 18 and 8 boards. And again, punked the Fever front line the entire game. Punked the Fever front line the entire game. Continues to punk the Fever front line. The Fever front line is soft. The Fever front line is soft. It's that simple. It's a soft-ass front line. And then their bench largely stinks. You get 9 from Pow Pow. I'm going to ask you a question, Caitlin. I mean, this is a legit question to Caitlin Clark. If you're guarding Tahina Pow Pow, there's literally only one thing Tahina Pow Pow does, and that's shoot threes. That's all she does. She's literally in there to shoot threes. So why in the world, and this happened twice, why in the world are you guarding her and losing her? Like, I'm not understanding. She's standing in the back corner. She's behind you, and you turn your entire back to her. So what does she do? She resets herself on the wing, and you're still standing in the same damn spot. Still standing in the same damn spot, and you've lost her. They find her. Oh, you got to recover. It's too late. Bucket 3. Then there was another one from the top of the key. Same thing. You lost her again. What are you? She literally turns her back twice on Tahina Pow, and both times Tahina Pow drains the three. Heck, I think Kelsey Mitchell did it too, where she turned her back to her. She relocated. Boom, three. She hit three threes. I think those are all three. Oh, those were the three threes. You can't do that. You can never turn your back to a shooter. You can never turn your back to a shooter. You have to have your head on the swivel. You got the ball. You see your shooter. You see both. You see both. You see both. It's like it's basic defense. It's basic defense. You have to see both. You can never turn your back to a shooter. That happened a couple times. Medina Okot played 4 minutes, 3 points. They largely went with a two-man bench. I mean, the Dream went with a two-man bench. Let's keep it, call it for what it is. They're gonna run their starters out there for 30 plus. They did, with the exception of Hillman playing 29. Their starters are going 30 plus. And unless they get into foul trouble, they're gonna play 30 plus, and that's gonna be who you're gonna face. And the reality was, once again, second half, you got your shit kicked, man. You got your shit kicked. People can complain about fouls or this, that, and the third. You got your shit kicked again. You came out strong. You came out strong as a team. But after the first quarter, as a unit, it was belt to ass once again. It was belt to ass. If you're new to the channel, man, hit the like button and subscribe. I know I got all the trolls in the building. Hey, subscribe. If you're here so much, you might as well subscribe. You might as well subscribe. So what happens right here with the Indiana Fever? What's next? I don't know what's next anymore, because I think they've been exposed back-to-back. They've been completely exposed in back-to-back games against the Atlanta Dream. Just totally exposed, and don't see how it changes. They're not better than Atlanta. They're going to lose every game to Atlanta if they play like this. They have no shot. Lexi Hull, 16 minutes, 0 points, 1 shot, 1 assist, 0 for 1. Like, what is your purpose anymore? What is your purpose anymore? Like, why are you even on the team? What role do you serve at this point? I'd have to know what role you serve. Because is it just to massage Caitlin Clark's ass or something? Because it sure as hell isn't to play any type of decent basketball, because Lexi Hull just flat out sucks. She is terrible. She is terrible. I mean, utterly useless. She can't guard anybody. Like, I hope y'all really saw tonight how she got absolutely cooked by everybody she guarded. She got cooked by everyone she guarded. Everyone she guarded, right by. First quarter, by the way, 37-30. I thought Caitlin Clark got beat one time on defense. Everybody else got beat on defense. Today was not the day that Caitlin Clark got beat on defense. Last game, she got fucking skewered. This game, she didn't get beat on defense. She wasn't caught in ISOs. She wasn't being beaten one-on-ones. Atlanta just beat their ass. Everybody. They went at everybody. They went at everybody. They were doing whatever the hell they wanted. Whatever they wanted, they were doing. It didn't matter who it was. It didn't matter who it was. You're up by 3 at the break. And yeah, and I mean, real shit, you're up. They were up 65-60 in the third. And then the shit basically got away from them. Completely got away. I think they're 65-60. 65-60 after a pass, an assist from Caitlin to Hines Allen, 7:24 to go in the third. And from that point on, yeah, it went the wrong direction. They went on a 13-0 run. In that 13-0 run, it was Naz Hillman with a layup, Maisha Hines Allen with a turnover, Angel Reese with a steal, layup the other direction. After that, Clark misses a 3. Turnover by Caitlin Clark out of bounds. Dead ball turnover. Angel Reese gets a layup, 66-65. Fever call timeout. The first play after the timeout, Caitlin Clark turns the ball over again. Simpson blocks a Reese shot. Then Ryan Howard swats Kelsey Mitchell. Alicia Gray gets a layup. Hines Allen misses a 20-footer. Alicia Gray misses a layup. Reese gets an offensive rebound, gets a layup. It's 70-65. Aaliyah Boston comes back in the game. That's with 4 fouls now because they couldn't stop shit with Aaliyah Boston sitting on the bench. Reese takes the 3. She was good. She was like, I'm feeling it now. And then another turnover by Caitlin Clark. Ryan Howard hits a 3, and that's a 13-0 run right there. That was your third quarter. I mean, Aaliyah Boston then misses a 5-footer. Aaliyah Boston makes a free throw, a couple free throws. Another turnover by Caitlin Clark. I mean, they stop turning the ball over there. I mean, I'll take 7 turnovers if it's 2-1. But when you got hit 5 in a quarter, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Caitlin Clark hits a layup, makes it a 4-point game. Powell comes back, 3-point shot. That was one that I was thinking about right there. Another miss by Aaliyah Boston. Yeah, man, that's nonstop. The way Sophia's been shooting, how is Hull starting another bad coaching? I don't know, man. That's just what it is. You know, that third quarter of turnovers was deadly, and then yeah, Caitlin Clark. I don't think she shot the ball enough in the second half. I mean, in a game like this, she needed to shoot the ball more. I know she took 18 shots. Probably could have shot the ball more, in my opinion. She had 15 at halftime. I mean, but heck, then you got Kelsey Mitchell who completely disappears. Aaliyah Boston's in foul trouble the entire game. I mean, no one steps up. No one steps up to help. If you don't step up to help, well, guess what? You're too small. You're too small. You're too small. They get out rebounded 35-30. Seemed a lot worse than it really was. They got 12 offensive boards to 4. They ended up shooting 49% from the floor. Now think about that. They were at 85% in the first quarter. So clearly the shooting came way down. The Dream shoot 50% from the floor. The Dream shot hit 12 threes. I mean, they were 12 to 26, 46%. Like if that's how the Dream plays on offense, you're gonna lose every game. You're gonna lose every game. They had 19 turnovers. See, again, they had 19 turnovers as a team, but there's 12 of the turnovers that were there, and people commit them. I mean, the points off turnovers was actually 18-15. So when Atlanta turned it over, Indiana scored 20 fast break points to 2. Well, that's the product of tempo. That's a product of rebounding or not rebounding. A lot of fouls both ways. Yeah. What in the we got a dragon? Look at that. Ooh, that's cool, man. But yeah, man, they got their ass kicked, man. I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't know why people are surprised about this. This was expected. I figured that Indiana would come out pretty strong in the first half and then get wiped down the second half. That was my thought process. I didn't say it out loud, but that's what I thought they would lose. I said they would lose, and they did. I keep saying Atlanta's good, man. Atlanta's a really good team. They're a championship contender. Nobody wants to believe it. No one wants to like it, but they are. They're championship contenders. They're a legit squad, and they're missing a big. They're missing a big. You got no size. You got no size up there, and when Aaliyah Boston, again, another player I said, if Aaliyah Boston is out, that is the most important player on their team because they have nothing behind her. Like there's no one behind her. Nobody is behind her. So you have nothing as far as size. Monique Billings is a fake is 6'4" on earth. She plays like she's 6 foot tall. Whereas Naz Hillman plays like she's 6'4". You know, she plays like she's 6'4", and Billings plays like she's 6 foot tall. I don't even know why Maisha Hines Allen comes out the game in favor of Monique Billings. Says Maisha Hines Allen might be 6'1", but at least she plays bigger. She plays stronger. And this is what you're going to get. You have a team that's defensively terrible. Again, you can blame whoever you want defensively in this one. They give 113 points. They give 113 points, man. Like that's just trash. That's trash. That's trash. That's awful. That defensively they were terrible. Let's see if Stephanie White's available here because I don't plan on being on here that very long in this one. This is becoming the trend. This is the day to day thing, and it's not a lot of there's no surprise anymore. It's expected. Uh, it's expected at this point. She might be the worst coach. I'm not gonna. Okay, let me take that back. I don't think she works for this franchise, or she works for Caitlin Clark. If you're gonna have Caitlin Clark, this can't be your coach. I'm sorry, this can't be your coach. You need to find someone who plays the game differently. They never went to a zone. Like, why aren't you going into a zone at any point? Why aren't you going to a zone at any point? Make try to change something up. They don't play zone. They don't adjust. They just do the same shit over and over and over again. And Aaliyah Boston, God bless. I'm gonna lose that bet. She's gonna hit 44 threes. I'm gonna lose that bet. I already see it happening. But for freak's sakes, get your big ass in the paint. Like, this is the problem with this offense is that she's standing 25 feet from the rim at all times. So the Fever have so little chance to grab offensive rebounds because they're not big. They have no size. And I don't even know what it is game to game, how many offensive boards they grab. Let's see what happened. What did happen last game? What happened last thing? They got out rebounded 30-26 in that game as well. They grabbed five offensive rebounds. Like they're not grabbing offensive rebounds. Like because you got your big standing 25 feet from the rim. Against they got 10 somehow versus Toronto, but she stands so far from the rim. She's not a threat around the basket. The pick and roll play is completely dead. They don't run that shit anymore at all. And you know, you want her to shoot threes? I guess she'll shoot threes. I guess 30% to 30 to 40% of her shots will come from 3-point range every game. That's pretty much what it's going to be. She doesn't want to be around the basket, or really, yeah, it's just too much. They're 9-7 now. The Dream jumped 11-4, first in the Eastern Conference. To sit here and say that I'm not impressed by Atlanta would be a lie. They're good, man. I've always felt that way. People told me I'm stupid, but hey, I'll be stupid. I think they're a damn good team. I think they're legit contenders, and they play one more time in Atlanta. And that game will determine. I don't even know what it will determine because if they split, then you have all kinds of other tiebreakers. But I don't think it'll matter. I think Atlanta will be far ahead of Indiana in the standings. So I don't think that game really matters in terms of a tiebreaker because I don't think they'll be close to each other in wins. I don't think they'll be close to each other in wins. The Fever, I mean, the Dream are probably going to win 33 games, something like that. They're 11-4. They're on pace for 32-12 right now. That's their pace right now, 32-12. So I think they're in a good spot. They're in a good spot. Let me see. Let's see if these interviews have popped up yet. These press conferences, because she never has a whole lot to say. So the PR person is very, very solid in protecting of this franchise from ever answering any kind of questions. But I didn't expect anything different. I thought we would get exactly what we got, and we got it. Atlanta's better. People don't like it. They're better. It's just that simple. If I have to watch any more of Lexi Hall play basketball, I'm gonna cry. She sucks. She's terrible. She doesn't do that on the court. Just to have her as a backup is stupid. But I don't even know. I don't even know what the point is, and I don't even know what the point is anymore because if you bring Cunningham as a starter, then you have no bench production. You have no bench production at all for this team if you make her the starter. Man, Jesus. Right now, Phoenix is up 48-41 on Seattle. I'm not going to mention what happened last night, by the way, in another game across the WNBA that everyone's made an excuse about now. But hey, I'll let y'all talk about that 1 for 10 and 6 turnovers and 5 assists. I'll let y'all talk about that 7 points. I mean, I'll just let y'all talk about it. Y'all can have that conversation in the chat, because God forbid it's somebody else. God forbid someone has 26, 7, and 7, then they're the reason that they lost the game. Even though those third quarter turnovers did not help, that's not the reason they lost the game. There's a lot of reasons. They don't defend. They don't defend, and they don't defend. They don't defend at all. And if you want to keep running this type of garbage, well, you're going to be stuck. You know, you'll be stuck. You'll be stuck having the same type of crap. You got outscored 57-37 in the second half. 57-37. They fell behind by what, 21 in the fourth? And they're a matchup nightmare. There was a point where it's funny because there was a point in which Stephanie White decides that she's trying to match up with Carl Smesko with the small ball. You know what he's saying when she does that? He's laughing. He's laughing at her because the Fever's not going to beat this team in small ball. They're not. And the reason they're not going to beat them in small ball is because when the small person, when the big is Angel Reese, and you've got someone that's not Aaliyah Boston out there, you've got no chance to get offensive boards. Like, you're going to get absolutely smacked on the glass. You're going to get smacked on the glass. And then on top of that, when Ryan Howard is one of the smalls, when she's one of the smalls, guess what? Ryan Howard is a matchup nightmare for anybody on the floor. Like, nobody can guard her. Nobody can guard her. And nobody. Like, there's not a player out there there's not a guard that can guard her. They can't guard her. And then even Alicia Gray is very hard to guard. Like, those are two players that are a matchup nightmare. Jordan Canada, there was a what was it, the third quarter or the fourth, where Kelsey Mitchell literally let Jordan Canada blow right by her back-to-back possessions. She just blew by her like she wasn't there. She moved almost moved out of the way. Almost moved out of the way. So it's like, okay. Some of y'all may remember that couple of plays. I think it was the third or the fourth. It might have been the third, where she just blew right by Kelsey Mitchell like Kelsey Mitchell was standing in mud. She was in quicksand, bro. She just stood there like, go right to the rim. Yes. So, yeah, I mean, it's, I don't remember what the hell I was saying now. Great. Yeah, she let him go right back to the rim back-to-back times. It was kind of ridiculous. I mean, just let her go. Just let her go to the rim. But at this point, I mean, this team is what it is. They're a 500 level team. They're not going to be much better than that. They're going to have defensive problems against anyone that's good. Heck, anyone that's not good. Defensively, they're not good. But let me see right here. Let's see if this press conference has come up yet. I don't have a whole lot more on this one, folks. This was not a surprise. This was not a surprise at all. I may end up doing the press conference on a recording. So anyhow. All right, guys, I'm out of here, man. I don't have anything left. I'm gonna do a recording on this on the press conference, but I know it's a short one today. It is Saturday afternoon, man. Y'all have a great day. But hit the like, subscribe, follow both channels, man. But I will have a recap on the game separately of this, man. This was a beatdown, belt to ass. Indiana Fever gets whipped up by the Atlanta Dream again, 113-96, second half destruction. And yeah, that's what it is. This is what this team is, man. But hey, y'all let me know y'all thoughts and comments, like, subscribe, follow, all that good stuff. I appreciate y'all. This is Indiana Fever Unfiltered, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. Come on now.